New day, new code. So yeah, let's make something around AI and LLMs. Uh, I think this should be exciting, but the key part is we will make something which is fun. I should just like, X out of my email. We will make something fun. We will make something useful. And today we are using AI and LLM. And to be very specific, what is LLM? It is a large language model. Your whole GPT, Gemini, and everything is a large language model which they use, and it uses transformer. If you don't know, the GPT stands for generative pre-trained transformers. What is a transformer? So there was this research paper known as attention is all you need by Google. So from there the concept of transformer came. Why we needed transformer? Before transformer we had RNN and CNN, but the problem with them was that was unable to hold the context of the context of what we have provided as an input in a neural network. I know these are very fancy and big terms to hear, but in very layman's term, in very easy term, I would say, if I ask you to do something after you have done that, like let's say if I ask you to go and give me an apple, and you just went and brought back a apple to me, and after let's say for 5 seconds I said okay, uh, bring me an apple, and you will go ahead, what apple, how to bring it and everything. So like you have zero context of that whole process which you have done before. uh, uh, but where you have zero context of that process which you have done before, and that is the problem which transformer solved in a very it's a explanation in very easy way, easy to understand way. Don't quote me on this, but it is I would say a crux of transformer. So what transformer does, that it holded that context. Okay, before I went and gave you an apple, so I know what is an apple, how to get it. So I can predict what you wanna ask me in future. So basically what transformer does over RNN and CNN was to hold the context, and then based on the deterministic and probabilities and statistics, it was unable to predict our next token, and that's how LLM was I would say, and that's how LLM got into the picture. How to start it? So there was GPT-1, there was GPT-2, obviously there was GPT-3, and till GPT 3.5, it's an open source. If I'm not wrong, but after I think from 3 or 3.5, they have actually uh, made it a paid service, uh, and now we have GPT-4o, and we have O1 mini, then we have our like in 2025 there are n number of LLM models by n number of companies, so you can use it. But today what we will make something around GPT-2. We will use GPT-2, which is open source and everything, in this project, and it will actually get us the input. But if you want to see the transformer, like what I was talking about, for but not the Michael Bay one, GPT one. So this is an image of an architecture of a transformer. Like, I don't know, like, so I think so. It has an encoder and a decoder in it. So let's open this one only. But here I have to visit a. Okay. So transformer is a. So you can go ahead and. So this is what is inside the transformer. This is a convolution neural network. So if you want to learn about convolution neural network, there is a machine learning playlist on in this channel. You can go and search for it. So as you can see, it has input field, and it has a position. Don't get bothered about this. We will not go into the architecture of a transformer, but this is how transformer looks like. It has feed forward network, then it has adds and norms. So basically what in crux it is doing, it is basically assigning a probability to each token and then predicting it. That's what is essentially uh, is being done here by holding the context of it. So this is a transformer, and if you want to read about it, you can go and search for the architecture of a transformer, and you will get an articles. So today we will make something with the help of GPT. So we are actually gonna use GPT-2 in this project. So the if you want to use this code, the link for this code and for this GitHub repository will be in my description. And to read about this in detail, you can visit that link, and you can also download this code from that link. Make sure to give a star on that repository, and yeah, make sure you subscribe, share, and like this video. And yeah, let me know what we can build in next one. So now let's start making our AI bot, and which will use GPT. So we will go and say pip install. Obviously we have to install transformer and everything. It can take a few minutes for you, but I have installed transformer in my Google Colab before, so it would show that a transformer has been installed. But to install it, or you can say pip install transformers, uh, and we have to interact with it somehow. So because we are using Google Colab, we have to install IPy widget. We don't need radio. So you can go ahead and install these two, and believe me, all we need is these two uh, libraries or dependencies to work on this project. So already satisfied. It can take a few minutes or few seconds for your system to install the transformer and everything. So now from transformer or mer, so from transformer, I will import pipeline to make our AI chatbot. Okay, TRANS So it's TRANS 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 for 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 MERS. So it's okay. It's a false alarm or what? Okay, from transformer, yeah, it was on false alarm. So import pipeline, and we will say set seed. So what is set seed? Basically, we want our output to be reproducible every time. We don't want a random output, and it should be deterministic in a nature. So we use set seed to make our output reproducible and deterministic. So set seed, we will import set seed there. Then what we can import is from IPy widget. Uh, from IPy widgets. Okay. Import obviously interact. We have to interact with interact with our AI chatbot somehow. And this is like if you're using VS Code or PyCharm, in that case you don't need to use IPy widget. But because I'm using Google Colab, and if you're using Jupyter Notebook, you have to use it to make some sort of in I would say UI to interact with it. And yeah, but if you're using, let's say, VS Code or uh, PyCharm, then you can use Streamlit or something. And why I'm using Google Colab? Because I want all of us to be on the same page, whether you're on Mac, whether you're on Windows. If you Google Colab, you will get this interface to write your code on web. So I can be sure that you're following me and we are on our same page. So vertical box and horizontal box, H box and V box. Then why it's showing me? Don't tell me it's a it's also a false alarm. Yeah. So to display, I will say IPython. So again, because I'm on uh, Google Colab, I have to do this to display. So import display and clear output. So we have to clear output. So starting a new one. Okay, after doing this, now we can write our code and let's make our bot. So before that, we will set some parameters so that our AI bot output is actually what we need, not something random. So I will again say set seed, and as you can see, 42 I think is the best best and default number there. I'm not sure on default, but it is a best uh, number to set your seed on to make an output which is reproducible and which is deterministic. You can obviously play with it. You can go 50, you can go 40 based on your uh, requirements. So I will go ahead and say generator, GNERATOR, and as you can see, AI is giving me suggestions and everything, but don't rely on it. It is very useful to have this support. But if you are let's say coding something which is something which is different from this, and if you're following this, you can go on very wrong track, and I will show you how. Like in this case, it is showing me pipeline text generation model GPT. Okay, but it is not showing me one parameter which I need. So if I do this, it has completed this what I did, I just pressed tab 2 times. It has completed the parameter thing here, but now I have to change few things because this is not what I need. It was helpful to write code faster, but I don't need this. I need, instead of GPT, to I need this till, because we are making a SLM, which is small language model, which is a lighter version of large language model. And you can really play with small language model. You can literally make like a specific domain bot with the help of small language model. And to give you an example, if you look Microsoft right now, obviously GPT is owned by Microsoft. They have a share in Microsoft. Microsoft has a share in GPT, but what Microsoft is doing is it is very smart. They are making SLM instead of LLM for their products. So they are actually making small language model instead of going for large language model for their product, because it is a lightweight and you can really play with it and can create a great AI around SLM for a specific domain. So I will go ahead and say my model will be Distill GPT, which is a lighter version of GPT for SLM, and then I will say pad token. Uh, this was not given by AI, if you have seen in suggestions. So that's what I was saying. It is very useful when you want to write a fast code, but it can really, if you follow this auto complete blindly, you can really uh, go into places where you don't want to go. I will go ahead and say pad token ID and 504 50256. So what is this? What is this 50256 pad token ID? So so when you are when you are giving some input to an AI and it is generating an output, it is actually generating output in different segments. So segment 1, segment 2, segment 3. So let's say if segment 1 has I love LLMs and segment 2 is a LLM uh, looks not LLM but looks good, and third segment is wow. So as you can see, the our first segment has three words, second segment has two words, and third segment have one word. So we want to actually have a segments with same length. So that's why we do padding. I will not go into why we want to do that, because that can be a whole separate video on its own. But we want to pad, let's say, segment 3 with two more words, and segment 2 with one word, to make all the segments of size 3. So that's why we use pad token ID. 50256 is a default, or like used for padding. It's a, I would say, it is used most of the time for padding, uh, and you can use it uh, to make the output of a same length. So that's why we are using pad token ID. I know if you're new to LLM, can be sound this could be sound very tricky, challenging, because I am having like a problem to explain it in a simpler word, because I don't want to fill this video with technical jargons. I want to keep this thing simple, and I want to make this video as simple as can. Like, I want to basically make this video for a person who does not know anything about LLM, should about LLM, can see it and can understand what we are doing. That's why I'm choosing my word very, uh, I would say, precisely, and very like very randomly also, if I could say that, so that I should not sound very like jargon. I should This video should not be filled with jargons and everything. It should be more of a like, okay, I can build it, okay, this is what it does, and okay, let's try it. And if you're from CS background, computer science background, it would be great. But if you're from, let's say, from a background which does not have any CS knowledge, a person with the zero CS knowledge can also be able to make an AI bot on its own. That's why I'm kind of stuttering here in this video, but yeah. So pad token ID, uh, and what we need also. Okay, we have created a pipeline for text generation with a distill model GPT-2 with a pad token ID of 50256. Okay, now we have to make two list to store, like to get user input and to output something. We have to obviously make some place to store it. So user input, let's say empty this, and let's make bot response. Response should be this again. After doing this, what we can do is now we can write functions. So let's write a function that real choose of this uh, code. So again, generate response and everything. It will take prompt, and again, as you can see, I want one more parameter here. So I would say max length uh, should be 100. I would highly suggest that you write this code and remove this max length 100, and you will get a very interesting output there. And why I'm using max length 100 here, because uh, before this I was running this code without this, and yeah, the response was interesting there. But this would actually, what it will does, it will actually limit the number of tokens to 100, or a number of response, uh, and make sense of the output, I can say if I can say it in a lighter tone. I have to really correct myself everywhere in this video, because I don't want to give you some wrong information, and I don't at the same time I don't want it to be a jargon filled video. So response. So I would say write the whole code what I am writing, but try to remove max length for one output, and then after getting that output, try to take a max length parameter for your generate response and then run it. So okay, response is generate generator. So obviously it will take a lot of parameter which are given here, but I will write it. You should also try to write everything, because again, as you have seen in this video, it can lead to, if you are not paying attention, it can lead you in a wrong direction. So generator, it will take prompt. Obviously it will take us, it will take a prompt from us, prompt. Then our max length, length, is equals to our max length which we have provided. um, then again, min length, so I want a minimum length also. And I would suggest that you should try with max length and min length, and also without max length and min length. So what min length will do, it will ensure a meaningful response, like not some random response. Okay, min length, leng. Okay, min length. Then we also want to set temperature to balance randomness. Temperaturi. Okay, and I will go for 0.7. It goes from 0.0 to 1.0. And after temperature, we can put top P for use of nucleus sampling. And I don't want to get into nucleus sampling. It can be again a very uh, like tech jargon filled explanation for top P, but I will suggest that you should read about it. And it what it actually does, it uses nucleus sampling. And uh, what is sampling? So again, I can tell you, but it will be very jargon filled, and big word filled video. So mm, in a very easy way, I would say, like, you can basically understand sampling as a like real world sampling, like sampling of something. And I'm using that word very lightly here. So there are different kind of sampling in machine learning, and one of which is nucleus sampling. So top P, what it does, it uses nucleus sampling there. So that, and then I will say num return sequence one. So again, and one more thing we need truncation. So basically, what truncation will do, it will break a long response into smaller pieces. So basically truncation, I will say truncation to trunc. You can play with this parameter and see what will happen for yourself. And actually you should do that. Okay, because it will give you a better understanding how these parameter works. So truncation is true, and obviously after like pressing tab, it also gave me return and everything, which is true. But I need, so it also gave me this parentheses which I don't want. I will put it here. So response, it is basically making a two-dimensional array thing. And zero, like, again, a two-dimensional array generated text at zeroth, like, how to explain this? So at zeroth index, I would say. So uh, and it should not be return; it should be response. So give me a response. Yeah. So again, it is giving me a false alarm here for some reason. What? Like response generated text and everything. No, response response. Something is off here, or we can do this. Now it should be okay. So truncation true. Come on. Okay, let's wait for a while. I think it should be okay. Like this is a false alarm. If this, why it's showing an error here? Okay. Am I doing something wrong here? Prompt truncation true. Okay. Yeah, it was a false alarm. So now what we can do is we can have a bot reply. After doing all of this, bot will reply. Um, and how it will take a response, which is this, and then I will do length, and I will say prompt prompt, which will come from here, and I will say take a prompt, and if you have not like have a basic knowledge of Python, then if you're doing this semicolon, let's say uh, this, so it basically means uh, you want all of, like from left to right, you want all the response characters, uh, or something, like you want actually, there is no truncation, there is no split if you give this semicolon. uh, but here what I'm saying, take a length of a prompt, and take all of it and then split it, and not split, but strip strip it into smaller chunks. So bot reply, what it is giving me a false alarm here again. Come on. Response length prompt strip. Okay. If len if len bot reply, I'm waiting for this to go away because I think it's a false alarm here. If bot reply is less than 5, if bot replies less than 5, if bot replies less than 5, okay, and I will not do this, it will be not in parentheses because it's a if statement. So we'll it's showing me a like false alarm here. Bot reply is equals to response. Okay. Response will take len or prompt, and it will take all of it and strip it. And if bot reply, what? Why? It's an indentation error or what? Let's see. Okay, bot reply a false alarm. Is less than 5. Okay. Return. I want to return some sort of message. Return. I could. Sorry for the noises from behind, because obviously there is a party going on. So I could not think of any reply for that. I could not think of let's say reply for that. It is short and simple. Why it's giving me a false alarm here? Like this is not an error. Like bot reply. Like obviously I've made bot reply here. Bot response. Why it is showing me a false alarm here? Okay, what is going on? Again, return sequence one truncation true. Generated text. Hmm. Bot reply. Okay, there's nothing wrong here. Bot reply response. You will take length of prompt dot strip trip if bot reply. If it is wrong, it's not showing here error somehow, somewhere, somehow, and it will return. Why? What reply? Okay, I will write my code and then we'll try to run it and we'll see what's wrong. Let's run it. Okay, let's see what is wrong. What is wrong here? What? Unexpected indentation. What unexpected indentation? No, it's okay. It indentation does not match. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, this is not what? Just a sec. If I indent it, okay, this is not the right indentation. It is right indentation. Hmm. Okay, def. Like it is right indented. What? Okay, this is fine. Just a sec. Okay, uh what I have done, let me tell you how stupid I am. So let's for a second, let's cut this right from here. Then we will go ahead and say okay, la 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 la, and then we will go like okay, right? Okay, that seems fine. These were our parameters. Okay, now let's go and indent this. And after doing that, and for waiting for a while, what I will find is this thing goes away. Just a second, just give this thing a second for a minute. Okay, right? Now all I have to do is go ahead and indent if. After doing this and doing this and doing wait this, everything seems to work fine. And this error will go away. Just okay, nice. Now if I run it, okay, device set to use CPU. Everything is working fine and all. That was frustrating. So now we got our bot reply. What we will go ahead and do, we will go ahead and handle the chat. So we will say def chat handler handler chef, and I will say if let's give it a change name parameter. And after doing that, what I can say is I have to handle the chat interaction. So to handle the chat interaction, we can say first clear the output. You don't want any stupid output to be there. So I will say wait true user input amend not this user output dot append dot change new, but we want view user no. In fact, we don't want these. We will say user message. User message is equals to user mm, input dot value. Okay, input dot value. User input dot value. We will say strip. So we want our user input value, and we want to strip into the small chunks of segments. And if user message. So the why I'm leaving these mistakes in this video is because that you guys can see actually how code is written. It's not like you know everything and you write like code seamlessly at the first go. Everyone makes mistake, everyone goes through that mistake and correct it. It is said that debugging is a 90% job of a software developer and 10% is actually coding. So if you agree with that, like, for engagement. So user input. Uh, user inputs dot append. Have we given a user input or user inputs? So let's go for user inputs dot append. What we want to append? We want to append user message, which will come from here. User message. Then after inputting user input with a user message, we want a bot reply, not response. We want bot reply, and it will take a generated response. It will go ahead and generate a response from our function generate response, and it will generate response on user message which we have given here, which is our user input. Then what we will do, we will go ahead and say mm, like yeah, bot response, bot response dot append bot reply which we have made above. So bot reply, yeah. Okay, so this will, I think this is okay till here. Now we can print a few statements here. Print, let's go ahead and say if your message, let's bring some flair here. Your message, SSHE, and let's go for double stars again. Is a user message, print your response. Do we need F? No, we don't need an F because we are not taking any dynamic value here. And user string bot response or chatbot. Respond reply response. Chatbot reply is what? Bot reply. So comma bot reply. Okay, now we will just we have handled a chat. We will go ahead and make some widgets for input and everything, because obviously if you don't have any uh, field to input where you will get this user message and everything. So I will say user input, and user input will have widgets, um, and from widget will take text. And if you are wondering from widget it came, we were importing I by widget, so from there we got this widget text, and it will I'm making basically a input text field here. So I will say placeholder. So I will make a placeholder and it will hold type your message here. Okay, and not, I want to give some description also here. So let's go ahead and say PTION. The worst part is that I share this on LinkedIn, and the image I'm creating of myself on LinkedIn is really funny there. Okay. Um, user input on submit chat handler. We don't need, I think, on submit here. Uh, and if you want to use on submit, we have to make button. Then we can use an event handler there. So basically we will create a button, and when we'll press a button, then some event will occur, and for to handle that event we basically use event handler. So we will obviously create a button, and on that button we can use on submit event handler. So let's say send button. Let's create a send button, and I need widgets dot button, again send description DSCRIPTION. Yeah, let's name it a send. I want to give some color, so success color is green. So I will say button type is success. I think it should be in green color. STYLA. SUCCESS, success button style is okay. And on this we can create a event handler, so we can send button dot on submit, and we want child to get handle. Okay, now to display something we need a display UI, so we will remove this. I will say display, uh, not box. We want to display widgets, and because we are on web we will use HTML. Okay, which is this one. And we can use a header tag. So these are tags, so one open tag, one close tag. You have and any amount of HTML or web coding or in React or in CSS or Tailwind or anything, you are familiar with these tags: anchor tags, header tags, uh, passage tags, like not passage tag, paragraph tags. So small, okay, it would be, yeah, small language language model. So basically we are giving a title with a header tag here, to display it, and we can say display, and we will create a user input field here. So I will say horizontal box, and it would be HBOX. It will take, yeah, user input and send button only, but we will type it user input. It will take a user input, and it will also have a send button which we have created. So we have created send, okay, which is this one. And let's run it and hope for the best. Why I'm getting this error here? What? What is this? Something like we have like ran this piece of code and it went fine. So I don't think we will get into any trouble. Okay, let's see. Okay, but button object has on submit. So on submit, it should be on click. Button should have a event listener of on click. So when we click it, not when we have to submit it. Okay, let's go. Now what? Meta straight. No, what? Display. Okay, user input. What is going wrong here? Hmm. Okay, I got it. So basically, it will be inside this. Okay, let's go. H box inside the H box. Okay, small language model. So let's ask something random. Okay, tell something in testing about space. Let's go. I don't know for the best. Okay. Okay. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, nice. We got a reply. We're going to see a lot of people with a space who can see things. Okay, this is random. So GPT 2 is not so great in giving response, but we got our response. Interesting. Let's ask something else. Tell me something. Let's see if we can ask him for a joke. Tell me a joke. Let's see. After that, we can try for poem. You're not a joke. You don't need to be a joke. You just need to be a joke. You're not a joke. What is wrong with GPT-2? Okay, let's go. So obviously it's not great, but you can obviously go for GPT-3, GPT 3.5 and everything. Okay, tell me a poem. But yeah, if you really play with it and uh, have some really interesting parameters, and if you really want to make this thing work, you can go for GPT-3 or 3.5. And if you want me to code it, you can just comment it and I will try to code it. Let's send it. Tell me a poem. Very excited for this one. The story of a beautiful girl who is being forced to sleep with a he is a monster. It's a story of a girl who is being okay. He's a monster. Okay. Chill out, chill out. So, okay, let's go ahead and ask. Uh, what is Google? I Let's see what funny response I get from this. What is Google? Let's go and see. Okay, Google is the most popular search engine. Okay, this is actually not bad. Google is the most popular search engine for Android. The results are very similar to the of search of other search engine. Google is most popular search engine for Android. The result are very similar to other search engine. Okay, so it's repeating itself again and again. And you can really play with the parameters and get some amazing response. So yeah, this is how you could like this SLM, small language model. And if you see here, it has imported from math import trunk on its own. And why it has done it, because on a very basic level, if you go in machine learning and artificial intelligence, on a very basic level and in a one line, all AI or ML is the combination of statistics, probability, and matrix. When you combine these concepts and when you throw little bit of neural network in it, and it gets into like determination and integration field. So like it's a combination of basically maths coming together to get most accurate data from a corpus of data. So basically matrices are being made, um, response are being predicted on the statistics of a word which has been occurred before and can be a response or a probability to be our output response of a user input. And when you throw a neural network in it, it goes into determination and integration part of mathematics. So all AI is the combination of five maths topic, which is matrix, probability, statistics, determination, and integration. Does it mean that you need to know this? No. If you want to code AI, you don't need to know it. But if you want to make something new, like a new, uh, let's say, engine like transformer or something, you need to know maths. If you want to change AI from a basic core level, you need to know maths. If you want to read research paper around AI and about how models are working and what are the changes in a new model, and how the parameters and sampling parameters, temperatures are being changed on a very core level, you need to know maths topic. But to code it, no, you don't need to know it. Like, you don't need to know machine coding to code Python. You can code Python without knowing machine coding, or you can code Java, React, anything without knowing machine coding. That's how you, that, and on a same way, you can code AI bots, you can code SLM, you can code LLM without knowing probability matrix, statistics, differentiation, or integration. So yeah, this was a fun little, I would say, fun little project which we made around LLMs and AI bots by using GPT-2, and we got some funny response, but you can really work on it and get some amazing response, and you can play with it. And yeah, the code for this will be in my GitHub, and the detailed description will be in GitHub repo only, so make sure that you star it. And yeah, share this video, like, comment, and I will see you in the next one. Till then, bye bye, take care, peace.